Welcome back to another 90 Day Fiancé recap. Are you guys ready to talk about Before the 90 Days Season 7 Episode 15? I'm so excited to talk about Vanya because I was rooting for her. I saw her go on that date with that big buff man and I was like, yeah, you go girl, you go get yours girl, you deserve it. So let's start with Vanya. She has a date. She took her cousin's advice and got on Bumble and matched with a few men and tried it out. And the first guy, he seemed a little bit boring. He seemed a little bit dull, but he was kind of cute. But it didn't work out, obviously, because he would barely speak. But she found another guy named Josko, and he's tall, he's big, he's buff. He's everything Bozo wasn't. So they meet up, they go to the beach, they go kayaking in their swimsuits, and they're both super fit. And honestly, I thought they looked good together. And this guy really likes her. He was like, she's beautiful. I love her energy. I love how adventurous she is.
She's definitely my type. I like her energy. She's very adventurous. She's very active. And she has this really positive vibe. She's turning me on a lot.
See, he actually appreciates her personality. So just because one dude thinks you're too much doesn't mean that all dudes are gonna think you're too much. Okay, there's a pot for every lid, or a lid for every pot. And you guys, the vibes are vibing. They're flirting. They're laughing. Woo! I felt their chemistry. I was loving it. How funny would it be if they actually ended up together? She would have this crazy good backstory. How she actually went over there to meet someone else she thought she was gonna marry, and then he bailed, so then she was about to leave brokenhearted, and then she ended up staying and matching with him. Like, whoa. They would always be like, oh my God, can you imagine if I didn't come or if I didn't stay, we would have never met. It would have always been that like, whoa, I can't believe this happened. Anyway, they're done kayaking. And then I don't know why the cameraman decided to zoom into his package. And she held up a towel so that he could get changed. And then they look into each other's eyes and they naturally kiss. And woo! Sparks were flying. They were flying. There were butterflies. There were fireworks.
All right, so where are we going?
Stay here.
Okay.
Woo! Did anybody else feel that? So it's nighttime. They're still making out everywhere. Oh my God. You go, girl. It's your birthday. Party like it's your birthday. Yes, Vanya. It's your birthday. Party like it's your birthday. Where did my dog go? I think I scared her away with my 50 Cent song. Everything is going so good. She's not ready for the night to end. So she invites him back to her Airbnb. You know, the place that Bojo ran away from? And they cozy up on her couch. And they order food. And I felt kind of bad that she made him order vegan food because it didn't seem like he was a vegan. And if you're a meat eater, and like I'm imagining if you're buff like him, he probably eats a lot of meat. Anyway, they're waiting for their food to come, or maybe it came. I don't remember the order of events. But he finally asks her, so what brings you to Croatia? And she's like, oh, okay, first of all, I did not expect her to actually tell him the whole story, but maybe it's because she knew that this was on camera, they're here for 90 Day Fiancé, and that he would find out, and it would be more awkward to lie to him. But the thing is, you don't have to lie. I would never be like, oh yeah, I came here to meet a guy and he friend-zoned me and he dumped me. I would never say that to a guy that I potentially like. You don't lie, but you have to like tell your story in a certain way. Like I'd be like, oh yeah, I came here to meet up with a friend because where's the lie? Like he friend zoned her. And then if you get a second date and a third date, then you can start to get more in depth. But this is the first date. You don't even know if you're going to see him again. So you don't have to like spill all the beans. But anyway, he takes it really well. And he's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I feel so sorry for you. Like, how are you feeling? And she's like, well, it led me to you. And then they make out again. Gosh damn. Even if this doesn't lead to anything, like they never see each other again after her trip, I think that this is going to be a great experience for her. She's going to remember it forever. While they're eating their vegan dinner, she learns that Josko is actually fostering a little 1-year-old boy. And oh my God, I feel like he just got so much hotter because he felt, I mean, I don't know what his age was. I don't think he ever said, but if I had to guess, maybe like late 39, 40 to 44. I don't know. That's my guess. And he felt the desire to be a father, and he relationships weren't working and he wasn't just going to wait around forever. He wanted to look into surrogacy, but it's illegal in Croatia. So he ended up fostering a little boy. I think he was like, I don't know, like 5 months, 6 months. And now he's in the process of adopting him. I think that story was so wonderful and so heartfelt. And she found it so attractive as well. He does say that when he dates, having a child, having a baby is a lot harder because girls tend to get like freaked out and they run away because, it kind of puts them into an instantaneous like stepmom mode, I guess, potential stepmom. And that's kind of how Vanya was seeing it too. She was like, oh my God, I'm not ready if I want to be a stepmom yet. But like, girl, chill, slow your roll, okay? Just enjoy the vibes.
It's definitely hard to date when I'm single dad. I'm looking somebody to not only accept me as a parent, but also accept my child and be a good mom for him.
At this point in my life, I haven't been thinking about myself as a potential mom, but I am open to, being a potential stepmom for a child, with a partner that I love.
They secured another date, which is a very good sign. And then they make out a whole bunch more. So I'm curious to know if they banged or not. And I'm pretty sure we're going to find out in the next episode. Now let's move on to Ingrid and Brian. Ingrid hasn't talked to Brian in a couple days because she's been finding out way too much new information about him. And she's like, I don't even know who this dude is. Like, I need to take a step back and think about what I really want to do in regards to my relationship with him, which is the sane thing to do. It's the rational thing to do. I feel like that is the smart thing to do. But Brian and his pea-sized brain, he's so confused. He's like, she keeps friend-zoning me. She keeps needing space. What does space even mean? I don't even know. Like, what the hell is your problem?
As far as I'm concerned, we have space. She's not even staying in the same apartment as me. So really, I'm confused with that. I don't know what space means anymore.
I literally don't understand how he victimizes himself and he does not see his part in this. The space is caused by you. It's you. You're the problem. He's so confused. He's so sad. He's like, I just don't understand why she keeps pushing me away. Why does she need so much space? I think she's actually just finding reasons to pull away and get out of this relationship. I think she just used me. And now that she got all that she can, she's ready to dump me.
I don't know how to move forward because I feel like I've done everything and I've tried my best and it just doesn't seem to be working.
Oh my God. 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 So he calls his sister to talk about how Ingrid keeps needing space. She won't even kiss him. And when she does, they're like grandma kisses. And he feels like she is leading him on. He truly feels this way. Like, bro, come on. You gotta take some accountability. Take a look inward. And if you can't figure it out, then seek a therapist to help you figure it out. But he won't, because he's not someone who truly wants to work on themselves. Okay, when someone truly wants to better themselves, they seek action, okay, towards doing that. But Brian does nothing but blame the other person. It's always someone else's fault.
Ingrid asked for some space. Again. It's just ridiculous. You want space? You don't have time for space.
This trip has definitely not gone the way I expected, and there's just something that's just not sitting right with me.
He meets up with her because he has to give her a piece of his mind. And he's like, you know what, Ingrid, you're not even trying. I don't think you even like me anymore. I think you're using me to get to the United States because you accepted this trip. You accepted the hotel room. You accepted dinner. You accepted all these nice things that I've been offering. And now you're trying to pull away. You're using me. Mohammed, you're using me to get to the United States with your children for a better life. Wow, I cannot believe he said that. I cannot believe he pulled that card. You're using me, Mohammed. You're using me. He's such a loser, like a real big loser. He just had to degrade her, okay? He just had to. So that he can feel better about himself. He had to villainize her so that he's a victim again. It's not his fault again. It's her fault. She's a dirty, gold-digging whore. She understandably gets upset. She's like, you think I would have a better life with you? You in the United States? You think my life would be better with you than being in here? You? He so brazenly is like, yeah, I think you would. And she's like, unbelievable. And she understandably gets pissed off. And she walks away.
Eu tô sentindo ainda que você tá me usando para chegar nos Estados Unidos com seus filhos.
Tu acha que eu teria vida melhor lá com você e meus filhos?
Claro.
Confia.
All right, let's move on to Vanya freaking out about casually hanging around with monkeys. Oh my god, there's a monkey here. There's a monkey everywhere. I can't believe how many monkeys there are. Oh my god, so cool.
Wow, this is amazing. I can't believe I'm literally seeing monkeys in real life.
Honestly, if I saw monkeys just like running around in front of me, I would not be cool with that. I would run the fork away. That would be so terrifying. It's a monkey. A monkey's scary. Okay? Did you guys not hear about those monkey attacks? They like literally maul you. They can like rip your face off and like disfigure you. I am terrified of monkeys. Anyway, she sits down with Sunny after the blow up with Rory. I don't think it's fair that I need to choose you or Rory, Sunny. I want Rory as my friend and you as my boyfriend. And he's like, no, because I'm a jealous person. Like, you also lied to me. You hid the fact that you brought him over here from me. Like, I had no idea until now. You can stay friends with Rory. Fine. Be friends with him, but like, do it back in America. Don't do it in my face. Keep him out of my face, please. And she's like, oh, okay. Well, since you're letting me be friends with Rory, I'm gonna tell him to go home now so we can spend time together and focus on each other. And Sunny smiles. He's so happy. So she texts him with those atrocious nails. She's like, I'm telling Rory right now to book his flight. He said he's gonna book his flights in a couple days. And Sunny's like, great, yeah. Okay, well, you know what? Since I'm in such a good mood, let's meet up all one last time and hang out together so I can send him off. Say a goodbye, goodbye, friend. Never see you again, okay? I'm in such a good mood. And now she's nervous because she's like, oh, Sunny's temper is a little bit unpredictable. What if he gets triggered again and they start fighting? I'm not excited about this. But, production needs one last chance to get like an epic fight blowout before he goes back to America. So the three of them go on a safari trip. I did think it was cool to see all the animals. The zebras were so cute, so beautiful, until one of its ding dong just casually slid out of nowhere. It just kept coming out and it was like longer and longer. I was like, oh my God, it's huge and long and it was too much. In the middle of the safari trip, Vanya really needed to go pee. So she asked the tour guide driver, she was like, can you please stop somewhere because I need to pee? And he was like, okay, go pee behind the random bush. And then she leaves. And obviously, I feel like she did not need to pee. Production was just like, okay, we need a moment for Sunny and Rory to talk. So Vanya, please just go somewhere. And she was like, are the animals gonna attack me? And the tour guide was like, no, you should be fine. Can you imagine seeing like an animal charge at her? No, that's not funny. That's really not funny. So their conversation is kind of weird. Sunny kind of seems like a little defensive, a little aggressive again, but then like, it's fine. Vanya comes back and Rory's like, so what have you two been up to? Like, did you meet Sunny's parents yet? And she's like, no, he's hiding me. And Sunny's like, no, I'm not. I just need you to like agree with me that you're going to cover your tattoos when you meet them. It's a respect thing in our culture. And she's like, I shouldn't have to cover them. Okay, Sunny, I don't want to cover who I am. And even Rory tells her that if it's a cultural thing, she should just cover them. Oh my God, not me agreeing with Rory.
A more traditional religion, you got to respect it. You have to make those sacrifices. If they want to be together, she's just going to have to shut up and wear a turtleneck, I guess.
If I need to cover my tattoos, I will, but I wouldn't bring you to my family and like tell you to change who you are.
God, sometimes she's so frustrating because she just does not get. Hiding your tattoos does not mean that you're hiding who you are or that you're changing who you are or that he's trying to hide you or, it just means you have to cover your damn tattoos when you meet his parents.
She is a very stubborn person. She's very stuck in her ways, and I have to sit back and laugh because it's his turn to suffer.
Rory was like, yeah, it's your turn, buddy. I don't have to deal with that shit anymore. Joe and Magna wake up in bed together with her dog and she asks him to walk him. And while Joe's out with the dog, she starts cleaning up the mess that he left. His clothes are everywhere. And as she's picking up his stuff, she's imagining a married life with him. She's like, oh my God, is this going to be life with Joe? What if we buy a bigger house? Hopefully we'll have, I don't know. But she's like romanticizing. She's like imagining things.
Oh my gosh, what is the mess here? If we will, I don't know, buy a big house in the future, I don't want to see something like that. I don't know what he thinks right now, because he knows, like, we have to take marriage to me to move to America.
And she thinks he's going to propose to her by the end of the trip, and she's excited and she's prepared to say yes because she wants to spend the rest of her life with him.
This is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. So if he will feel it after 1 week, of course I will say yes. I will say yes even today.
Meanwhile, Joe is trying to walk the dog. The dog is obviously not great on a leash, which kind of made me sad that he was wearing a collar, just because I don't want the dog to be constantly like feeling like he's choking because he's constantly pulling. But I did think it was so cute when he plopped into this thing of water. He just saw the water and he was like, "Ooh, water. Okay, I like it. I'm gonna sit." And he just went. I think it's a bit concerning that Magna's expecting a proposal by the end of the trip. I have to agree with Joe. I think she's wanting to move things along way too fast. He's realizing, oh shoot, I have to tell her how I feel. So he's going to tell her that night at dinner. He cooks her pasta, can't go wrong with pasta. Although I saw him cooking up the meat, but like, where's the meat in the sauce? The sauce looked so bland. It kind of looked like he just boiled the pasta, heated up the marinara sauce, and then poured the marinara sauce over the cooked pasta. Like, I didn't see anything there. It just looked so plain. But anyway, that's besides the point. They're eating dinner and he asks her about the ex-boyfriend in Germany. And he was like, so how long were you guys together for before you moved over there? And then she's like, okay, I don't know, a few months. And he's like, whoa, a few months? That's really fast. And then she says, well, I'm glad I moved there when I did because I found out that he was cheating on me way earlier than I would have if I hadn't moved there as soon as I did. And he was like, oh, okay, that's an interesting way to look at it. And then he finally tells her that he's not ready to be married anytime soon. Like, he definitely wants to marry her, but just like he can't propose right now because they just met in real life. He believes that they should spend more time together before a proposal happens. And she's like, why are you talking about this right now? Like, what? The other day you just told me that you wanted to spend the rest of your life with me, and now you're telling me you don't want to propose? And he's like, I will propose, just not right now. And now she's pissed.
So I think it's important to like wait a little bit, before.
You said to me a few days ago, you want to spend the rest of your life with me. And I bought ticket to USA already.
She's not in the mood. She doesn't want to eat anymore. She just wants to go to bed. So she makes him sleep on her love seat, tiny ass sofa. I feel so bad for him. But yeah, that's where he ends up sleeping because she's mad. Moving on to Niles and Matilda. Last week, I forgot to cover them. Well, I didn't forget. I was going to do a part 2, but then I just didn't get to it because I was busy. So basically, if you missed last week, Niles decided that he was going to marry Matilda right after the knocking ceremony, and she was so happy, but he didn't have the $400 to pay for the wedding. He went to the ATM, and the most amount of money that he had was $150 in the bank. And I honestly kind of roasted him until we found out that he lost his job. Then I felt so freaking bad. No wonder he was so stressed out about money. My goodness, because initially I was like, okay, he's in his mid-late 40s. Like, I'm a little surprised that he doesn't have $400 in the bank when he knew that he was coming to at least do a knocking ceremony. At least he was going to like go on vacation, have a trip, and like, how do you not prepare a couple $100s? So I was roasting him until I found out that he lost his job. Then I felt so freaking bad. Like, how he said that they just gave him a letter and said, you're fired. Like, how does that even work? Is that legal? I don't know. But yeah, he lost his job. He doesn't have his source of income anymore. He's freaking out. He's stressed. And now Matilda is stressed because she had no idea. And she was like, I wish you were just honest with me, because then we could have like figured something out. I would have asked Mr. Ark to like negotiate a lower price for, what was that called? The bride price. But fortunately, her brother was able to loan her some money, but it doesn't cover all of the wedding expenses. So Niles is going to have to ask Mr. Ark for a loan to cover the rest of the wedding. All right, so Matilda leaves the hotel room to do, I don't know, something about her wedding dress or something. And then Niles takes this opportunity to call his parents to let them know that he's going to come back a married man. That wasn't the original plan. So he has to tell his parents, like, look, I'm going to get married on this trip. And the phone call was not aired. Well, it was, but we couldn't hear her voice or the parents' voice. So I'm assuming that they didn't give them permission. They didn't want to be recorded. But clearly, it was very clear that the phone call did not go well. They told him that they don't approve of this wedding, this marriage of Matilda, and they were telling him, you're being irrational, you're rushing into things, like, we don't approve, we don't accept this. And Niles looked so sad, obviously. He was like, can you at least talk to her? Like, before you make any kind of judgment, like, please talk to her. And they were like, no. And he's distraught. He's so sad. I felt so bad for him.
Are you okay, Niles?
No, I'm pretty far from okay.
You don't even have to mean it. I am happy for you, son. Those are 6 words.
I don't understand why they won't just talk to her over the phone, at least. Like, that's all you have to do. Just talk to her, say hello. But at the same time, I kind of get where they're coming from. Like, your child meets someone online, goes to a foreign country that they know nothing about, and now he wants to get married to her. And they're convinced that Matilda is only using their son for a green card. And once they have that in their minds, it's like they're set. They're not going to budge. That night when they were in bed, he told her, because he was obviously so sad. And she was like, what's wrong? And he was like, my parents don't accept this. And she's like, oh God, that's so sad. And then she was sad because she was like, okay, your parents hate me and I have to go to America with no support. And like, your parents are going to constantly hate me. And that is sad.
When I go to America, I would have no supportive from Niles' family.
Let's end the recap with Loren and Faith. So Loren brings Faith a coconut water as an olive branch for flirting with somebody at the club, and it ended up not being a drag queen. It was just another random girl. Like, that's any better.
Your friend might have seen something, but I didn't talk to the drag queens outside. I talked to those kids. So, when we left the bar, some guy walked up to me, and he said, my friend thinks you're cute, which was a girl. I walked over to her and did one of these. And I said, sure, you're too young for me, and I'm here to be with my beautiful girlfriend.
He was like, I didn't even flirt with her. I just put my hands on her neck and held her face and told her I have a girlfriend. It's like, why did you even touch her to begin with? And he says he flirted with her a little bit because he didn't want to outright reject her and make her feel bad. Like, he didn't want to embarrass her. So he kind of like gave her a little bit of attention before letting her down. I feel like that's dangerous. You should not flirt with a girl just because you feel bad and you want to boost her ego. What the hell kind of excuse is that? But he ultimately apologizes to Faith and promises her he would never do that again. And he tears up thinking about having to leave in the next few days. And he's like, I don't want to leave you. I'm going to miss you. And then his tears touch her heart. She's like, oh my God, he must really care about me because he's crying. And I'm just like, oh, Loren. Oh my God, my dog is just patiently waiting for me. She's so freaking sweet. Oh, someone said they wanted to see a picture of her. So hold on. Let me take a picture of her right now and show you guys. Okay, I'm going to post this picture for you, or whoever's wondering. She's just sleeping on the chair. Oh, she looks so cute. So, anyway, that's pretty much it. Oh, by the way, in between commercials, I saw a commercial for Balin Out Loud. Who's going to be watching that? And no, I am not going to cover that show, but I might be tuning in. She's basically a girl who got discovered on TikTok, got her own show, very much like the Slayton sisters or a lot of people who are getting reality shows off of social media. But she has Tourette syndrome. And I remember Tourette Talk was huge for like a good minute. I don't know how long, maybe like a year or two ago. It was so popular. And all like these Tourette, I don't know what to call them, but like people suffering with Tourette's syndrome or having Tourette's, they were like filming their episodes and they would get millions of views. They would go viral. And it was so popular that at one point there were creators that did not have Tourette's faking it. They were like pretending to have it and faking their episodes just to get clout and to get fame and to get like followers, I guess. But she must be one of the bigger, more popular creators. She has like 9 million followers. And I've never seen her. I remember getting like a lot of those TikTok videos on my For You page for a while, but like I wasn't really in Tourette Talk. I wasn't like following any of them, so I don't really remember any of these creators by name. But yeah, she seems very popular. She seems really cute, like happy-go-lucky. And, you know, I wanted to know because in the preview, her boyfriend was like, I'm not laughing at her, I'm laughing with her when she has her episodes. And like, I wanted to know, is it offensive to be laughing at their episodes? Because like sometimes some of them are so funny, like the things that they say, and I'm always cautious of laughing at it because I'm like, oh wait, is this offensive to laugh at it? But it's so funny. But then like he was like, no, I'm laughing with her because she's also laughing. I don't know. I guess it depends on the person, right? Some people are embarrassed and some people don't like it, while others laugh and think it's funny and they like accept. I don't know. Someone let me know if you're a part of the community. What else do I want to talk about before I end this video? Tomorrow is the last resort, and I have decided that on Patreon, I am going to have the extended recaps ad-free. So head over to patreon.com/mythoughts if you want those. They're airing another show, kind of like Pillow Talk, except it's the people on the show that are watching the scenes and then they spill a little extra tea behind the scenes. So on Patreon, we are going to watch that together and we'll discuss it there. And what else? Oh, I've been dying to talk about the things that are happening on social media with like social media influencers, Nurse Hannah, Marlena Velez. Like I've been dying to talk about this. I just haven't had the time. I've been traveling back and forth so much. Oh, and it's so like my ADHD brain cannot handle the constant traveling back and forth. And I think that's all I have to say. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you guys in the next recap. Bye.